Besides ensuring the health of the entire population, another concern over COVID-19 is its effects on the economy. Many local businesses are doing their part to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus by either completely closing or partially closing for the time being. The concern is with their doors shut to revenue, they may not be able to reopen again when the threat is alleviated. We spoke to Reibman, president of the Newton Needham Regional Chamber, to learn what the community can do to support local businesses.
By and large, our businesses are really getting slammed. It's really, really tough for mom and pop businesses, retailers, restaurants to operate right now in this uncertainty and environment. Of course, we also have a number of businesses that are really, really busy in the healthcare profession and the hospitals and our supermarkets are all struggling to keep up with the demand and keep everyone safe at the same time. But generally speaking, the whole world is upside down. The Chamber has just launched a website that lists all the local restaurants that are currently offering takeout and in some cases delivery, and you can find that list of restaurants at nnchamber.com. We think it's really important both to keep the restaurants bringing in some money while they try to deal with the transition, and it's been a terrible transition. There's been a lot of layoffs, a lot of closures, but we hope that members of the community will shop and dine at our local restaurants and our local stores. And keeping the restaurants open is important for a couple of different reasons. It's important because it helps keep the restaurant business alive. It helps them use down the inventory of perishable foods right now that they might have had, anticipating being open for full operation at this point. It helps keep a few people on staff. It helps keep paying some of the bills. But the other thing that's really important about keeping restaurants open right now is that all our healthcare providers and all those people working in supermarkets and all our first responders need a place to eat. They don't have time necessarily to cook at home, to feed their families, because they are either exhausted or just working around the clock trying to serve all the rest of us. So if we support the local restaurants, allow them to stay open, that means those local restaurants will also be able to function and serve our first responders and our healthcare workers and everyone else who's really depending on the restaurants to get through their day. The other part of the equation is, of course, our local merchants and our local stores. And really, there's so little that we can do right now to help them because it's hard to convince people to go out and do that shopping for non-essential goods at this moment. But we hope that between some of the small business emergency loans that are available through the state and the federal government and other ways that our small merchants will have access to the loans and the ability to keep themselves paying the bills that they need to and the other support that they need. I mean, obviously, if you can support a local merchant at this point, buying a gift card, ordering something on the phone, picking it up, maybe you can the merchant can leave it outside the door for you and you can call them when you come up. There are ways you can help support our local retailers. And of course, it's not just the grocery stores and the pharmacies that we're all depending on right now. We need to make sure our hardware store is open. We make sure plumbing supply operations are, anybody who provides something that we might need to get through these many weeks and probably many months is really important that we help support them so that they can keep the lights on and keep serving us. The Chamber is in the middle of trying to find as many ways possible to help our members. And one of the ways we're helping our members is through promoting the local dining and local shopping. But we're also helping our members find the resources they need in these really challenging times. That includes, they need information about family medical leave and unemployment insurance for their employees. They need information about what they're required to do in terms of when their taxes are due. And yesterday, the governor suspended some tax payments for small businesses, which was really helpful. So the bills that restaurants and small businesses had to pay, and it would be due on Friday, March 20th. The governor has suspended that for 2 months. They're still going to owe the taxes, but they don't have to pay them right now, which gives them the cash flow that they need to pay their bills and make sure they can pay off their suppliers and make sure they can pay their employees. So those kinds of things are really helpful. And the Chamber is in a role helping our merchants know about these changes. We've also been involved in helping our merchants understand what they need to do to keep their workplace safe for those businesses that are still operating. We've had some great cooperation from the Needham Health Department, making sure we disseminate information to them We had a conference call with some business owners in the health department last week, and we'll continue to do those things. We've had a number of webinars that help our merchants and our businesses of all sorts understand their options in terms of what the legal requirements are and also best practices. The business community and all the people who work there are so grateful to the residents who've been showing great support by making purchases at restaurants or wherever they can. And we're especially grateful to the healthcare workers and the first responders and our municipal leaders and the municipal employees who are also really working hard to keep us safe. And thanks to those folks who are still willing to work in those in the grocery stores and the pharmacies to keep us getting the supplies we need. It's so important right now that we all work together, and it's really grateful. We're really grateful for the support we're getting from the community.